Hey everybody, welcome to Geek Addicts.
Hello and welcome to Geek Addicts, the pop culture podcast where the main character really wants to go to superhero high school, but he's got no superpowers. But wow, now he has the power of the strongest hero in the world. Why does this sound familiar? My name is Matt, with me, superhero Bill Barber. How's it going, Bill?
Some people would say I'm a podcasting superhero, but I don't know about that one. I've actually really been
familiar with all styles of podcasting.
Yeah. I was actually really thinking about it, and I didn't even think about it until now how much similarities there are between this and My Hero Academia. I was like,
yeah,
wait a minute.
It is pretty funny. I've seen like little like jokey clips on the internet of people making that comparison. I was like, oh yeah, I guess that is pretty much the same thing.
But technically, My Hero came out way after, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been. When did we last record? I think it was actually last Friday.
Yeah, it's the first time we recorded on a Friday, and we're not gonna be able to record next Friday either. By the way.
Okay, we'll figure something
out. There you are. Lost you for a second.
Weird. Anyways, yeah, it's been a bit since then. I've been to 2 conventions in the time since we last recorded.
Damn.
One of them was Kineticon, the other was a pickle convention. So, hooray!
How was that?
Would you believe there was anime figures on sale at both?
How many pickle Ricks did you see?
Not as many. Well, I saw you could buy merch. Pickle Rick. I didn't see a Pickle Rick cosplayer. You know what's also funny? Like we already recorded. Me and Alex already recorded our episode on Kineticon. I actually feel like I have to address like some of my statements now because like I was kind of harsh, and now I'm like, damn, the freaking anime weebs were way better behaved than normal people at a pickle convention. I just have to say.
That's fair. I mean, I went to I think it was last year. I went to a hot dog festival in Maine, and that was weird.
Well, it's funny because you'd think like going to a convention where the majority of the people there aren't like socially awkward people who never leave their house and they're usually out and about. You realize real quick that like actually no, those people are way more ruder and a lot more inconsiderate at times.
Yeah,
God damn, like the amount of people who just stop in the middle of the fucking aisleways and then just don't give a shit.
Yeah. I had a family reunion yesterday.
Nice.
It was cool. Until but one of the kids, like like those big like gallon things of bubble soap.
Yes.
So there was like a kid-sized bouncy house for like the little ones. And on the side, there's like a little ball pit area. But one of the kids dumped that whole big thing of bubble soap into that ball pit area, and bad times were had.
I mean, for children, it's not the worst thing that could happen, but yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, until the 2-year-old gets it in his eyes and then keeps trying to rub his eyes to get it out, but he's got soap all over his hands.
Yeah.
My kid was using it like a slip and slide.
Children.
Yeah.
They're fun like that.
Yeah. Do something else.
Yeah. It's been
so I don't know if you heard me before it cut out a minute ago, but I'm not going to be available to record next Friday.
Yeah, I got that.
Because yesterday during the party, I apparently it just became a thing that I'm going to see Linkin Park. I don't know how that happened, but it's happening.
I'd say that's fun, but it's current
Yeah, I
Lincoln
know.
Park, so I'm kind of like, have fun.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. Well, my little brother apparently he got. I didn't even know about this. He apparently got Linkin Park tickets for Christmas, and it's this coming Friday, so like in 5 days. And I was just told that he has no one to go with. So it's like, okay, well, either I could go, or he could be 22 years old going to a Linkin Park concert with his mom.
I mean, I'm 30 and I went to go see Disturbed with my mom. So
Oh, I feel like going to a Disturbed concert in that situation is better. Was your sister
well,
there for that?
yeah. To be
Well,
fair,
that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better.
to be fair, to be fair, it was more to go see 3 Days Grace, and I'm pretty sure my mom was the most excited out of the three of us.
Yeah.
Not that I
Well,
wasn't,
I mean,
but
well, when I was talking to him about it, though, I'm like, you probably should have just like tried to get a date for that. I don't know.
yeah. I see. My thing is like I'm wondering here whether it's like that or it's just the fact that no one wants to see current Lincoln Park.
I don't know. Well, the tickets are already paid for, so it was like, all right, fuck it, I
Yeah.
guess I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, the songs are good, so there's
Yeah.
that. I don't want to be too negative. If Alex was here, she'd go on a rant about how much she hates the new Lincoln Park. But
I haven't even heard what new Linkin Park sounds like, so
I thought their
I don't
album
know.
was fine. I just don't think it's Lincoln Park. But
I mean, to me, it's just a free concert, so whatever.
fair, fair.
I'm just gonna go have a few beers and let that be that.
Yeah, we'll probably record some point that weekend. So
Yeah, it'll be fine. So yeah, I watched a few more movies this week.
nice.
I watched the Tale of Princess Kaguya.
That's another one of the Ghibli films, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's like I don't know how accurate it is, like compared to the original story, but it is literally just like the story of like Kaguya the Moon Princess.
I think that one was done by the.
It's pretty good.
I think that one was done by the same guy that did Grave of the Fireflies.
I can see that. It was good though. It was cool because like they did the art style in like the way that like you'd see old paintings in Japan, like the old style. So I really like that about it a lot.
Nice.
But no, it was definitely a good movie worth watching. I also watched this movie called it was Josie and the Tiger and the Fish or something. That was pretty good. And I watched more Kuroko's Basketball.
Nice.
Which I gotta say, like, I don't hate it. It's fine. But like it has not caught me nearly as well as Blue Lock did. Like I don't know, like Blue Lock just had an energy to it, and Kuroko's Basketball is just like, all right, guys, we're off to the next game. It's just like, I don't know.
Apparently, when it comes to sports animes, I'm not an expert by any means, but apparently when it comes to basketball, the best sports anime by far is probably still Slam Dunk.
That's what I hear, and I don't know.
It's just old as fuck. That's the problem.
Well, I wouldn't mind watching it, like just because it's old. But like, I'm not 100% sure if it's available dub right now. I need to look into it. But I'm also not in a huge rush to jump into another basketball show.
Fair. I was laughing.
I just started the last season of Kuroko's Basketball, and I mean, there's some stuff I like about it, but it's not like I'm not gonna rant and rave about it.
Yeah, it's funny. I went from having pretty much all my ongoings wrapped up and just having the Apothecary Diaries till now. That is over, and I now currently have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ongoing animes.
Are we watching all the same ones?
Well, not counting they're done, but I'm still watching them, which is My Hero Season 2 and Boruto, but Boruto doesn't count. That just lives in purgatory on my list. I've got Dan Season 2.
Mhm.
Darker Than Black, The Vending Machine Show. I have things to say about that one.
Yeah.
Kaiju number 8, season 2, Sakamoto Days Part 2, and My Dress Up Darling season 2.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah. The only one I think that I'm watching and you're not is Doctor Stone.
Yeah, Alex is watching that one as well. Yeah, so like so far, I'm like 50-50 on a lot of these. Don to Don season 2, it's better than I was expecting, but I'm still not sure I like that show or not.
Oh yeah, actually, I
Um,
just watched the newest episode with Cindy, and I liked that last episode. It was good.
it's okay. I like where it's going. It's not as that first episode concerned me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the first episode of season one. It was the same kind of thing. It was just like, oh,
yeah,
I
but
don't
it
know how to
just
feel about
never.
this.
Season 1 was weird because it like never really could find a tone because it'd be like all over the place, and then see episode 7 happens, and then it goes
Yeah.
back to being kind of all over the place. Um, Kaiju number 8, season 2, that's been really good so far. But having
Yeah.
read the manga, I know what's about to happen, and the anime onlys aren't ready. That's all I'll say. Um,
That's fair. That's fair.
Sakamoto Days Part 2, episode 1, episode 2, fucking great. Um,
Yeah.
fucking what's her name? The girl with the veil, the funeral garb. I love her.
Yeah, I like her. She's cool.
I love her because she doesn't give a shit. She kills anybody.
Yep.
Um, I got a
Fucking
figure of her
buzzsaw.
over there now with her buzzsaw
Nice.
purse. And then My Dress Up Darling season 2. It's been pretty good.
It's going well so far.
Same shit. The newest episode was really
Pretty
unhinged,
much.
and I loved it.
I haven't seen the newest one.
It's pretty good. And then the vending machine show. How the fuck did they manage to ruin this show in like 2 episodes?
I don't know. I honestly, I've been kind of like feeling weird about the new season 2.
Well, because so spoilers.
Why
for
are you trying to
anyone who
make it
hasn't-
serious? Don't make it
Well, yeah.
serious.
It's fucking One Punch Man season 2 all over again, where they realized like they ran as far as they could go with the joke, and now they're like, let's make it an actual serious show, and everyone's like, no. Like
We didn't want to watch a serious vending machine show.
Well, I was joking with
Makes the
Alex
horror-
about. Yeah, I was joking with Alex about this. It's like, all right, imagine we're having like a very serious discussion about like policy and like the village like stuff, and then you just got a fucking vending machine sitting in the background, and like they're going through this thing. They're like, "What do you think, Boxo?" And it's just like, "Hello there," and I'm just like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
For
Like,
real.
I also like it's really bad that I watched the first episode and I'm like, I don't remember any of these fucking characters. Like,
Yeah. There's
Like,
a
I
lot
forgot-
of them that I was kind of just vague on.
I forgot Chris Savat played like a beaver man. I was like, when
He's a
is, like,
bear.
bear, whatever.
He's Director Bear.
It's an animal. And then in the newest episode, Boxo can talk now apparently, and I hate it.
Yeah. Especially since he could have just spent points to get telepathy and wouldn't have to do all this. This weird like broken English thing he's doing.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna go a few more episodes, but this one is very close to being dropped because I'm just like, this is bad.
I mean, I'll probably stick with it, but like, I just hope it kind of falls back on just what made the show great in the first place.
I don't know. Like, it's pretty bad now. I'm like,
Yeah.
because I joked with Alex. I was like saying like it's kind of like how Slime season 3 is mostly like a lot of meetings and stuff, but Slime by that point had like all these characters developed and you actually kind of care about them. And like this is just a gag isekai where the joke has run its course and now they're not sure where to go from here.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll give it its chance and we'll see what happens. But I mean, hopefully they beat the stupid demon thing and then they could just go back to vending machine shenanigans.
Well, it worked though because he can talk now, and it like kind of kills the whole joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Not
they
crazy
broke
about that either.
they broke like the cardinal sin of isekais where they stopped being stupid and tried to be serious.
Oh, can we talk about kaiju for a second?
Sure.
So this like the first division leader guy. He's played by
Again?
played by Aaron Dismuke. And then we got the blonde chick who just showed up, and her last name is Shinomiya, and that's fucking me up wicked bad.
Yeah, it's a little funny.
Because he keeps saying Shinomiya, and it just keeps throwing me off.
I didn't even think of that because I'm so like, well, because whenever I think of her, I always think of her by her first name, Kikaru. So I'm always like,
Well, whenever somebody's talking to her in like a serious capacity, like military, they always go last name, so it's Shinomiya. But yeah, I can't say I'm super surprised that Kafka started getting the yips. Because, like, the last time he went kaiju, he, like, lost control and fucking almost destroyed the place.
yes.
So, it actually, like, I didn't think that was going to happen, but now that it is happening, I'm like, oh, this actually makes total sense.
Yeah, I mean, the new intro makes a ton of sense talking about losing control and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, One Republic is back. That's always fun. Doing their outros. I can't say much because I know what happens, so I'm just gonna smile and nod.
I started reading Jujutsu Kaisen too.
How's that going?
I'm still on like season 1 territory. I haven't gotten I'm like volume 6 right now. But do you know how far in the manga the anime covers?
I don't, honestly.
I mean, like by the end of volume 6, we're like, towards the end of season 1. So I can't imagine it covers more than like volume 14 at most.
Well, I know Mappa is supposedly working on the next part, but who knows what that means?
Yeah, well, I know we heard that it was going to be a while before we saw more. That was one of the reasons why I was like, all right, maybe I should just read it. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I finally got the last couple volumes of Berserk and started working on that. I have like a volume and a half left, and then I'll be caught up, which is wild to me.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen's another one that I've kind of just like lost interest in because it's suffering from the Mappa curse of like, oh, this has got a lot of hype, and then they took 4 years to continue it, and I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Seems to be happening a lot lately.
Well, the other thing that doesn't help too is the fact that apparently Jujutsu Kaisen has a very controversial ending. So,
but then we got Dandadan season 2 6 months after season 1 wrapped up.
Did Mappa make that?
I don't think so, but I'm just saying, like, just the inequality of it,
Oh yeah, the Dandan's a completely different company. I'm just kind of starting to think Mappa's kind of overrated. I'm not gonna lie.
They take too long. They take too long. And most of what they do is CG anyway.
Yeah, then like I'm looking at other studios and I'm like, the other studios do just as good a job. Like I don't even really like watching Attack on Titan all the way through. Like the jump from Wit to Mappa wasn't that big of a jump in all honesty.
No, not really. And they weren't exactly moving any faster than Wit was.
Yeah, and they're also like not like people hype it up like it's such a big jump, and I watch it, I'm like, it looks a little better.
It's a style difference, but it's not like
the CGI
like
Titans
amazingly better.
The Titans looked better. That was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this point, I think I might be more of a fan of like Wit Cloverworks than
Mappa. Cloverworks is lovely. I love A2, the studio that did like Soul Leveling, Kaguya-sama.
Bones is good too.
Bones is good. Production IG, the goats, they're still around. They're doing kaiju now right now.
Very nice. Very nice.
And Toy still exists.
Yeah, Toei's still doing their thing. It's mostly One Piece, but Yeah,
and then the occasional Dragon Ball project. They're finishing My Hero too.
Oh, I didn't realize it was Toei.
I think it is. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's Bones. Never mind.
Okay, I was gonna say because
For some reason, I thought
Vigilante was great. I love Vigilante.
for some reason the Toho animation at the start I thought was toy for a minute. Never mind.
That happens.
Speaking of My Hero, though, I'm watching that currently still. I'm in season 2.
Yeah. How's it going so far?
I'm waiting for the damn festival to end so we can get back to plot. Personally,
Festivals are fun. You like slice of life shit.
I do, but not when I'm in the mood for a shonen.
Fair.
It's kind of like in a Yu Yu Hakusho, how like the Dark Tournament was great, but it's overstayed its welcome in my opinion.
It's definitely too long.
Like it gets to a point where I'm just like, for the love of God, end it. Like there's a chunk in the middle of the Dark Tournament that they could cut out. It would be perfectly fine. Like the beginning and ends are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like where it's going though. I did like Deku's whole like, I'm gonna win this tournament by jumping on a bunch of mines and just flying across the field.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
I'm like, okay, that's fun.
So you're on that part right now. I like that.
I just finished. They did the weird like team fight thing where they were like chariot style running around.
So that's I thought you were talking about like the school festival. I didn't know you were talking about like the tournament festival.
Not that the tournament stuff where it's kind of like, okay, I want plot to start again. Like
that's well, I won't go into detail, but stuff happens during the tournament as well.
I know. I've
kind of anime. You know,
I'm getting that feeling because they've kind of alluded to it.
Ever since the Boo saga, it's just like, hey, we just can't finish a tournament. We always have to have something happen in the middle.
Yeah. I will say, character-wise, I am starting to warm up to most of them. Bakugo can still suck one because I fucking hate him, but
yeah, it takes him a while, but he'll get there.
I hope it's worth it because like I'm like, this is the most I've disliked a character in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's kind of a
yeah.
shit.
It's
I like the kid that Justin Cook plays, the kid with the red hair.
Oh, the guy that can like
gets real hard.
Yeah. My favorite part about that was the fact when Bakugo refers to him as like he makes fun of his hair, and then the guy's like, "Dude, we have the same hair." Like, I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, I love the fucking the kid with the electricity.
Oh yeah, how he just gets stupid after he runs out of power.
If he runs too much electricity through his body, he just like fries all his brain cells and just becomes an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, characters. I like most of the characters are growing on me. I like the fire and ice guy. Because he actually seems well developed.
Oh, his whole family thing gets fucking wild later.
I can assume because like I'm already seeing that a bit there because he finally used his other power. And I was like, okay. I like the Hawk dude. So he was cool.
Hawk.
The shadow guy.
Oh.
His head's
right. Yeah, there's another Hawk guy later.
Yeah,
he's like an actual Hawk guy.
I think the only other character I actively dislike is the little dude with the balls.
Pop Bob.
Yeah, he's annoying as shit. He's annoying as shit.
No, I understand why people hate him, but I ironically like him.
Just like
because he's a little shit.
I don't hate him like I hate Bakugo, but it's like the same time I'm just like, this guy's annoying.
Well, ironically, he actually like you wouldn't think it, but his power is actually super useful. Like it gets them through a lot of shit.
I get that image of he got teamed up with Sue, and they're like just like all you see is like balls and tongue flying around everywhere. I'm like, this is something.
This is obscene.
Yeah, because they were inside like the muscle dude's like cocoon thing he made.
Hey, what's your power? Sticky balls.
I don't know. I like Sue's the best though because it's like, and her power is frog. It's just like okay.
It's pretty great.
It's interesting though. I'll continue my my journey through it and see how it goes. I've heard it has a pretty slow part in the middle, but what anime doesn't these days?
Especially a long form of shonen.
Yeah.
They always have their slow points.
But yeah, other than that, that's about where I'm at anime wise.
Mm-hmm.
No games because I don't have time to play them anymore.
I I have finished Legacy of Goku 2, but I haven't technically gotten to the credit screen yet, so I didn't post it yet.
Ah. Oh wait, no, I've been playing Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I've been playing those, but that's for a project.
Gotcha. Very nice. Ooh.
Yeah, I guess we could probably get into the Darker Than Black segment though now.
Yeah, the untitled Dark and the Black segment.
Yes. It's got music. That's something.
Yeah.
So stuff happened. Got another two-parter.
It was I believe it was a red giant over the eastern sky or Eastern Europe, something like that.
Yes. Something like that.
Yeah. So we got Troy Baker.
Yeah, we did. I noticed that right away.
Yep. I'm just like, wow, yeah, this is late 2000s.
Yeah, remember when he did anime regularly?
Yep. So I like his little crew in this show. The MI6 guys.
Yeah. No, they were interesting. I love that segment like right at the beginning where they're getting he's doing like the
He's doing the deal.
And he's doing the deal. And it's the they're doing that whole like the money transfer thing, and he's like, "Hey, I don't like smoking. Like, you could stop doing that shit, or I'm leaving." And they're like, "Yeah, well, fuck you." And he's like, "Okay, fine." And he just leaves, and they're like, "Okay, wait a minute, come back."
Yeah, no, never mind.
And then they immediately fuck him over again, and I'm just like, "Oh, I know where this is gonna go." And then it's like, surprise, he was a contractor. Like, who didn't see that?
Who could have guessed it?
And his power is freezing, and he just freezes that guy's hand off, and then freezes his coffee and like bashes it over the other guy's head. And I'm like,
yeah, did he bash it? Or did he? I couldn't tell because it was kind of like vague. I thought he like splashed him with it and like froze his face or something.
oh, maybe that's what it was. I couldn't tell because the coffee was still in the cup. But,
A little bit, yeah. It was weird. But yeah, then you they chase like the boss guy into the street and got him on a bridge, and then Troy Baker's team members show up, and one of them is basically just Storm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because she like summons a cloud that just dumps a bunch of water on them. It's just like, hey, look, water! Now I can freeze you from a distance.
Yeah. I also love that too, like where they basically like they track him down and they're just like, all right, he's like, oh, please don't kill me, I'll give you everything you want. And they're like, okay, good, and we're gonna kill you anyways because of course we are.
Yep, it's about right.
I was gonna say I got really pissed until I realized what it meant for a second. He then proceeds to smoke a cigarette. I was like, that lying bastard. Then I was like, oh, it's his thing. I get it now.
Yeah, it's his price. He's got to go.
Like,
but then his partner Storm just has to pound a beer real quick. That's her price.
Yeah, I was like so like pissed for like 2 seconds. I was like, oh, that lying son of a bitch. And I'm like, oh, I get why now. It makes sense now.
Which is the irony of just like, oh, he has to do this thing that he absolutely hates, and then his partner's just loving life, drinking a beer.
Yeah, despite claiming it's terrible, but
yeah, right.
So what I found amusing about this episode was the main crew doesn't appear until like the last like 5 minutes, basically.
Yeah, not until like they snag the girl, which kind of came out of nowhere because like so these episodes kind of revolve around this girl whose her code name is Havoc. She's like this redhead chick who apparently was hiding in Romania. And she had like this. Yeah, she had this reputation for being like one of the most like brutal and deadly contractors. We never actually see her because she's at this point she's what's called a forfeiter, which is a contractor who lost their powers, which is like a very like it's like an unheard of thing. But apparently what her power was that she could create vacuums, which, goddamn, that's OP. Wish you could have seen her use it.
Yeah.
But that being said, I wouldn't want to see her pay the price for it. So, because they only mentioned what her price was, but it's pretty fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
She has to drink the blood of children for her prize.
Who decides this shit? Like, what the
That's what
fuck?
I was saying. Like, you got this one chick who's just like, yeah, I got storm powers, and all I have to do is drink a beer. Then she's just like, yeah, I got to drink the blood of children. Like,
Meanwhile, like the other
uh,
is there's like sunflower guy and like girl that just sings.
yeah, for real. It's wild. It's wild. But so yeah, like she gets taken by the MI6 guys, and then they show up at the Chief Kirihara's office or whatever, and starts talking to her about the whole deal and how they were gonna hand her over because that's part of like the politics of it. It's just like, well, we got her, so we got to turn her over, kind of thing. We also learned because we saw a little bit of the gate in the last pair of episodes, but in this one we learned that there was actually another gate. That the one that we've seen up to this point was called Hell's Gate, and there was one in South America called Heaven's Gate, and they're connected somehow.
Yeah, this is a concept I've heard out of anime before. So
yeah, and apparently, well, we'll get into that in a minute. So apparently, the CIA is trying to pull some shady shit because, of course, it's anime, so the Americans have to be the shady ones.
yes, they don't portray the British as much better in this either,
or the French for that matter.
Yeah, or anyone really. Everyone kind of sucks in this universe.
And even Kirihara, when like she's talking to Troy Baker there, November 11th, I think his name is, and they're like, she's like, oh, I can't believe you guys are just turning her over. I thought you would have just like kept her to use for your purposes or whatever. And he's like, well, it's not what we're supposed to do. It's like, would your country do that? And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what they would do.
At least she's honest about it.
Well, she's not high up enough for it to come back and bite her, so.
Yeah, true.
She's just a police chief.
I love Chris Sabat as her partner, and he's just literally here to be that guy.
He just sims over her.
Pretty much.
But yeah, like they're trying to move Havoc somewhere safe, I guess, somewhere. Or no, they were gonna take her to the gate for like some sort of research purposes. But apparently they did a fake out because everyone thought she was on the helicopter that was being attacked by the CIA, but nope, turns out she was in a suitcase in the trunk.
Yes, because that makes sense.
I don't know if you were expecting that. It's just they pop up with a suitcase. And
I thought it was gonna be a bomb. Not gonna lie.
It's like she's real small if she fit into that thing.
There's no air holes in there either. I was like,
yeah.
Okay. I thought it was gonna be like one of those like, by the way, this car had a bomb in it the whole time. I was like, okay.
Yeah. That would just be typical, wouldn't it? So yeah, like once they were like, oh yeah, by the way, she's in the trunk, they're like, okay, I guess she can ride in the back now. And then that's when Hay shows up in his full garb. And
his mask doesn't get destroyed in this episode, so that's a plus.
Yeah. Well, it can't get destroyed when the chief lady's around because she needs to obsess over who he is.
Right.
So yeah, like he has his little showdown with them. And so you I'm sure you've gathered by now what his power is.
He's got like electric powers.
Yes. He's got electricity, which now, like looking back on, it's like, oh, that makes sense. He banged to the TV to make it work. He was putting electricity through it, waved his arm, and all the amusement park shit turned on. It's like, oh, okay, this all makes sense now.
He's Cole McGrath from Infamous.
And it's also he uses the steel cord or whatever the fuck he uses. He sends electricity through it.
It makes sense. Is his I'm assuming his. Did we ever find out what his price is?
Well, that's actually funny you mentioned that because after he takes Havoc and they're talking after he tortures her, she mentions that it seems like he doesn't have a price and that he was more contractor like before he became one. Now he seems more human.
Huh.
So Hay seems to be a special case.
I just wasn't sure because I was for a minute there I was thinking his price was that he has to gorge himself on food, but
Well, no, because she says like, "Oh, I see that becoming a contractor hasn't affected your appetite," which implies that he was eating like that before.
okay. All right.
But
Wait and see there then.
so we got a little bit more about him, but ultimately left with more questions. So yeah, he takes her and like he even like kidnaps her from his group because like they walk in to go like I don't know move her or something, and
Yeah,
Yin is just sitting there. And she's like, they're gone, they left. She's just whatever.
this episode has made it very clear that his group doesn't really even like him that much. They just kind of it's a convenience thing.
I think Huang is the one who really doesn't like any of them. I think for the most part, Mao and Yin doesn't really have opinions because she's at all.
True.
Although, based on the end of the episode, it seems like she's got a little bit more going on than we're led to believe from dolls. And Mao just seems kind of. He's like, I'm a cat. Like, who am I to judge?
I'm a cat.
I'm Catman.
If only who was the cat from Ghost Stories, it'd make this show a lot more interesting.
Yeah, right. But yeah, he takes the girl from the group and like goes to like a separate safe house away from them.
And he like beats the shit out of her while he's up there.
Yeah, he starts breaking her fingers because apparently the show likes to break people's fingers.
It's a very like piercing sound when you hear it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Havoc is played by the actress who plays Nami.
Oh, Lucy Christensen. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
That makes
noticed that a
sense.
lot of the one-off, like this is the character of the week characters. They're all like people who became like very big names in the anime scene later.
Well, Lucy Christensen was an ADV actress, like 'cause she was big there, and then once that went away, she became like a funny mainstay.
I mean, they were all around, but like they're all like household names in the anime scene now.
Definitely. Well, I always remember like with her, it was always her and Chris Padden were like the two major like guys from the early Texas scene, and then Funimation took over.
Yeah. But yeah, he's questioning her because he's like, he wants to know where his sister is. Like, that's his big, like, why he took her. Because apparently, back in the day, before Heaven's Gate was destroyed and Havoc lost her power, Hay was I think he was still part of the same syndicate that he's in now. But he was on a team with his sister, this chick Havoc, and some girl named Amber. This is the first we've heard of her. And he was apparently the only one on the group who was not a contractor. Although apparently he was very emotionless and brutal at the time.
Gotcha.
Apparently, even back then, though, he was still being called the Black Reaper. So, yeah, he was a little rough back then.
He seems like that kind of character, so
yeah. But she apparently, because apparently when they were all at Heaven's Gate, something happened, and all of a sudden the gate was gone, and everybody like she woke up in like East Bungfuck. Like literally like woke up continents away after that with no idea how she got there, and she didn't have her power anymore. Which in her case I'd say is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just have some chats about old times or whatever, and then basically she comes to the conclusion like if I go to Hell's Gate, my power will come back and I'll likely regain my memory of what happened. And like obviously he wants to know what happened to his sister, so he's taken her there. But she's like, hey, if my power comes back, you got to kill me because I'm not trying to do all that shit again. He's like, I feel things now. I have guilt over everything that I had to do. So yeah, if it comes to it, just do it.
And then predictably, she dies right after.
Yeah, yeah.
So who didn't see that coming?
She got shish kebabbed by icicles.
Yeah, by Ice Guy, who's very clearly nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Rough.
this anytime like Hay hugs somebody, I was like, they're gonna die. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like Hayes just should not talk to people.
well, there's like anytime in this show I noticed there's like this big emotional moment. It's immediately just about to get fucking like ended right there.
Yeah. It's like that one episode in Cowboy Bebop with the guy who wanted Spike to train him.
Yeah.
And then he had like that one like Spike gave him the thumbs up, and then he just got shot right there. He's like, oh, all right, that's done.
Yep. Subverting expectations.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's after that then we get the confrontation between Hay and
The MI6 guys.
the MI6 guys, and
And this is where we get the most like straight up like, hey, I know what your power is. I got rubber boots. You can't zap me.
yeah, basically just like surprise. And there's like a brief fake out moment where you're like, oh, is he actually gonna get caught? But then of course, no, he's not. Why would he? It's only episode 6.
Yep.
I did like
Huang like he like shoots like a grenade at them, like a firebomb, and like melts the ice so you can get away.
well, because first Hay kind of lets waits for him to let his guard down, and then shoots out one of his like weird like metal cable things, and like kind of like stabs him in the arm. And because his arm's not insulated, he can shock him that way.
Yep.
And then yeah, the grenade thing happens, and then they escape. And it's like the thing I've noticed in these couple of like pairs of episodes is they always kind of end where it's like, and then nothing was accomplished, and we move on to our next.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like I said, like a lot of these stories are pretty standalone in that way, so you kind of have to wrap it up by the end. But I mean, this is like this particular pair was big because it set up a lot of stuff for later.
Yeah, well, this
obviously we know like the big overarching thing is like we're gonna be working towards figuring out what happened to Hayes' sister. That's his big motivation.
Yeah, we definitely got some questions were answered. I do love the music in this show. Like the background music is there's so much like 80s rock going on.
It's such a banger. I love it.
It almost doesn't fit the show at times. Like I'm like, this is a little out of place, but I love it.
Even just like the beginning part on the bridge where they were going after the Bobster guy, the MI6 guys, and like the music that was playing throughout that whole bit, like I just love it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
the soundtrack is top tier.
Definitely.
And then at the end we get like a little confrontation where Huang's just fucking berating Hay for being stupid, and apparently like there has to be some level of like obviously he's still like super prejudiced and like doesn't like contractors, but he still went out of his way to cover him.
Probably because he's like they know he's super useful.
True, but I don't know. It's a weird thing. But we also Yin like as like Hayes about to walk away, like storm off, she like grabs his hand, and like you wouldn't think that's like a significant thing, but like that's a lot of expression for a doll.
Yeah, there was emotion there. She does feel.
Yes. So that was important.
And then it ended there.
Yep. And did you watch the next episode preview?
Is it after the credits?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Oh. Well, it was the first instance so far in the show where they didn't do the poem thing.
Oh, okay.
Because somebody else did like the next episode preview read, because it's made very clear that the next one's going to be kind of a silly episode.
Okay, so we'll have fun with that next week.
A little bit of levity.
Still a two-parter?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Um. So yeah, it's starting to go somewhere. I'm enjoying that.
Mhm.
We'll have to wait and see though.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have a similar structure to like Cowboy Bebop, where like we'll have like some standalone stuff, and then like usually around like the episode 5, episode 10 points, like that's where I was like, all right, we're gonna bring some of the serious plot stuff in, and then we're gonna go back to you know
Hmm.
switching it up. You know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next where it goes. It's been a interesting watch so far.
Mhm.
Kind of a bummer that like you can't really talk about it because like it's one of those things where people will be like, "Oh, that's cool. Where can I watch?" And you just kind of go, "Ha, about that."
Yeah, Aniplex.
Bakano, uh, Persona 4, the animation, a lot of shows, forever
Yeah, a lot of things are just in the vault.
in purgatory. You have to sail
Mhm.
the totally legal seven seas. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so anyways, on to our topic for this episode. We kind of alluded to it at the start, but we are covering for this episode. We're taking a bit of a we're kind of doing a superhero movie, but we're taking a bit of a break from our normal Marvel or
DC
DC
Marvel.
movies, and we're talking about a standalone in the form of Sky High, the 2005 film by Disney, um, written by the Kim Possible creators. I did not realize that at first, but hey, that's
I
something.
I didn't know that either. Yeah,
I
this
just learned that as I was reading right now.
so
Um,
you remember that period in like the mid to late 90s to early 2000s where we were getting all these movies where it was like a bunch of kids go to a ski lodge and it's, oh no, some rich fat cat is trying to buy out the mountain to turn it into a rich people's resort, and then they have to race to save the mountain.
yes,
I don't know why, but this movie feels to me like the next evolutionary step to that movie.
yeah, it is. So this movie is really weird watching it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, so for context, this was 2005. This was before Disney bought Marvel.
Mhm.
So because we had to check that before before we started recording, just to have some context there. And what makes the reason I bring that up is this film is very much a mixture of DC and Marvel aspects.
Mhm.
Because there is a lot of super DC stuff, like particularly the whole like superhero structuring and stuff. But then there's also like Marvel, like where the characters are more complicated aspects.
Yeah. Uh, I also feel like there's a pinch of Power Rangers thrown in there too.
Well, fun fact, Disney owned the Power Rangers at this point, so
Makes sense. Yeah, because like especially like the beginning part with the giant robot that looked very Power Rangers. That weird Stitches character just
yeah.
felt super Power Rangers to me.
Though that's like really funny. The Disney. So it's like a little backstory there. Disney ended up buying the Power Rangers unintentionally. They ended up buying. They bought it in like a bundle with a whole bunch of other shit, and they kind of were
Mhm.
like, "We don't want this," but they were like, the people behind Power Rangers like, "No, please continue it." So they begrudgingly did, but like they were like super budget like heavy with it,
Mhm.
like most Disney projects. And what's hilarious is Disney held on to Power Rangers until right around when they bought Marvel. And once they had something better they could use as their like superhero kind of thing, they got rid of the Power Rangers, sold it back to the guy who created it, and like never looked back.
Mhm. Makes sense.
But it is a funny time period where they did technically own it for a bit.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
this film is interesting because it's like a mix of like there is a few pretty well-known actors and then a whole lot of people that I only know for this movie.
And then there's also like there's like the so there's like the big actors that like were well known at the time. And there's like two or three in here that became big actors after the fact.
Hmm. Like, because obviously
Uh,
the biggest name in this movie is Kurt Russell, just
mhm.
right off the bat as the Superman stand. Okay, so here's a weird fun thing I noticed. the two parents, like the main parents, they're basically if you took Superman and split his powers in half,
Yeah, pretty much.
which is kind of funny, which makes the main character of the film even more funny in hindsight. Um, so there's that. Um, and the whole joke is he's like the ultimate hero. He's All Might basically.
Pretty much, yeah. And then like the quote unquote like anti-hero arch enemy like that we think is gonna be in the beginning. Like, who the fuck decided on War and Peace? Because
It was the best
it's
of
like,
times.
really?
It was the worst of times.
For real, like I don't know who the fuck came up with that name, but that's wild.
Yeah. Um, I will say there are a few effects in this movie that I still think are pretty cool. Like
I
that
like the plant effects.
that was cool. The fire pyrotechnics are pretty cool still. One
Mhm.
effect that I kind of like, it's very cheesy, but like when Kurt Russell's character, I already forgot the name. Oh yeah,
The
he's
commander.
the commander. What a fucking name. When he punches the robot out at the beginning, it like does that cool effect where like all the panels just kind of pop up in a ripple effect.
Yeah.
It
And
looks
they do the
dumb
same thing later on in
in
the
the
gym.
gym. Yeah. It's dumb, but I kind of love it at the same time.
Yeah.
It,
Well,
this
again, it's very like Power Rangers-y, you know?
Yeah, but it's also like very DC, especially mid 2000s DC before
Mhm.
like darkness imprisoning me started.
Yeah. I also felt like a lot of like the inter-friendship conflicts in this movie were very forced.
Yeah,
Because like I really don't think
yeah,
he fucked up that much with his friends. Like, and they acted like he was like the biggest piece of shit.
yeah,
Honestly, his worst offense, I feel like, was the one scene where like he's like finally getting him with the popular kids, and they like his sidekick friends tried to sit with them, and then they were kind of mean to them, and he didn't stand up for them. That's like
that is
the
such
worst
a
of it.
overused trope.
Yeah, and it's like it's not like he was like joining in or like the second the chips were down and like they started like really being dicks to them, he was like, "Nah, fuck you guys. This is done. Like I'm going with my friends."
Yeah, it's like, dude. Also, like my favorite trope that's overused is the classic like, oh look, it's the girl next door that's clearly in love with you, but you're oblivious as fuck, and then you go for the evil girl in the corner.
Yep,
Uh,
he went
like
for
stuff
Ramona
like that.
Flowers.
Yeah, that still fucks me up. I was like, oh right, her.
Yeah, it was pretty silly.
So I kind of like the idea behind this, like the setup of this movie, where it's like superheroes are just kind of a thing that exists in this world, and it's like,
Mm.
oh, so like when they have kids with powers, the kids get to go to superhero school, which is like this weird school where the bus drives off a fucking cliff and flies into the air, and I'm like, okay,
Ron Wilson, bus driver, is the best character.
yeah, yeah. He's such a
I love
sarcastic.
I love that at the end he's like, oh, he fell into a vat of toxic waste and now he has superpowers.
Oh yeah, because they have that whole plot device where it's like, well, because they kind of wanted another fucking My Hero Academia parallel, the fucking where it's like, oh, it's like most kids like they get their genes from the parents, but in certain cases when they get genes from both parents, nothing. And I'm just
Yeah, but
like,
like, all right, so the nurse lady who was giving him that whole spiel, like we know that she's been at that school working for at least like 30 years or so because she said that she worked there when his dad was going there. So she's been there for a long time, possibly longer, might have even gone to school there. Who knows? But and she even says like the only case of that I'm aware of after all those years of going to of working at superhero school is that one guy, the one bus driver guy.
hmm,
So it's like, so it's not a very common thing to happen. It's like a super rare thing. I think he's being real dramatic about it.
wait a minute. I just thought of one plot hole though.
One,
Well, In regards to this particular topic,
Yeah.
The rival anti-hero guy, the fire dude. I think
Mhm.
it's implied that his dad is a villain and his mom's a hero. But he's got powers. They don't bring that up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they say that it's like a chance that could happen, but like I don't think it's like a consistent thing.
Yeah, I guess not, because I'm just like, like this doesn't make sense. A lot of things in this movie don't make sense.
And also, like, I mean, I'm guessing he took his mom's last name, but if that's the case, why is he so mad about his dad being in jail? Because his dad's name is Baron Battle.
Because drama. Because he has
Of
fire
course,
powers.
yeah, he's got to be the edgy emo kid.
Baron Battle. I forgot about that.
And also, like, so that when they're doing the whole like when the main character has his big like, revelation when he's looking at the yearbook, he's like, "Oh my god, that's what's her face. I gotta go and do something." And it's like, well, they were literally looking at that yearbook with her, like yesterday. So how did none of you realize that you were sitting next to the person whose picture you were looking at?
Kurt Russell's character is very dumb in this movie. Like,
Yeah.
like holy
I
shit.
gotta say, I love the scene where he gets home after getting his powers and like having that lunchroom brawl.
Yeah,
And
and
like
the mom's
like,
all pissy
thank
about
him
it.
now. He's just like, if your mom says anything, I gave you the whole thing, and I took away your Xbox. Like, I don't have an Xbox. Like, yeah, you do.
You do now. Oh man. I do love the part too when they first take the bus up and they're all like freaking out and like pissing themselves, and the bus driver's like fucking freshman.
Yeah, right.
I like his so the main character, we should probably mention his name because we haven't, is
Will Stronghold.
Will Stronghold. What a name. Um and his whole gimmick obviously is that he is the son of the most powerful heroes on the planet, but he has no powers. But he's been lying about it because he doesn't want his parents to be disappointed.
Yeah, and he's got his two best friends. He's got Zach, who can glow.
I love that character just because he's such a fucking archetype of like that era. Like
For real.
when he shows up, he's like all dressed up like in the most like douchebaggery looking clothes ever, and I'm like, he's that one freshman that's trying to design his look to look cool.
Is it just me, or was he wearing like an Achievement Hunter shirt that whole time?
I don't remember, in all honesty. He had such a mid 2000s look though.
Oh yeah,
I love the scene too where he's like, "Yeah, I've got my power. I'm doing it right now." And the gym
I'm
teacher's
doing it, man. I'm doing it.
The gym teacher's just like,
glowing. So he's like, maybe if you turn off the light and just kind of cup your eyes a little bit.
sidekick. That gym scene is like one of my favorites in the entire movie.
Yeah, they also don't they apply that like they like inherit their powers, like how Will got the super strength and the flight from his parents. Like I feel like it's implied that you get the same power that your parents have, that one or both have. But then Layla, the girl next door character, she has like poison ivy powers, right? She says that her mom can talk to animals.
Yeah, I don't think it's as cut and dry there. I think that's another massive plot hole.
Yeah.
Because like
it's just weird.
Because we go through the whole superheroes, because the way that they do it is really fucking dumb too, where they're like the gym teacher, voiced by Bruce Campbell, who's a fucking one of the best characters in the movie. He the way they do it is on the first day they have to showcase their power in the gym, and then he decides arbitrarily based on the power whether you're a hero or a sidekick, which is like, okay,
yeah. It actually kind of makes you feel like Layla's whole shtick about like, oh, society and labels and all that, like, actually kind of makes sense in this context. But at the same time, it's that character stereotype is just so overdone by this point that it just I think audibly roll your eyes every time she starts talking about it.
I think the trope that like TV tropes uses is like soapbox Sadie or whatever, where she's just like always has to be like up against something. Like she's like the Sam Manson from Danny Phantom kind of character.
Yeah, it's just like you got to go against the norms, man.
Because I love that scene too. Because like we get to see all the cool powers, like the nerdy kid turns into That he was funny. There's the nerdy kid that turns into the rock monster. Because I like how they're all like, "What's your powers, Arnold?" And he just turns into this fucking rock monster. He's like, "Ah, drop the car." And he's like, "Perfect."
Yeah, then he goes to drop the car on Will, and he's just like, "Dude."
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I know your dad. Car." He's like, "Are you insane?" He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You're a flyer like your mom," and then just launches him across the room. There's also like that great scene where it's like the guy spits on the wall and he's like, "Super spit, sidekick," and he's like, "No, no, look," and it's like acid spit, hero. It's even though it's like, what power is that for?
What dude with the 6 arms got to be a hero? Like,
yeah, I like the
I
joke.
don't know. It doesn't like if we're going just specifically based on power. Like, I don't know how useful 6 arms is.
That's my favorite line. That character alone is great because it gave us one of the best lines in the movie later, where when Will's going on the date, he's like, the dad character's like, "Are you the kid with the 6 arms?" No, sir. We'll keep them to yourself.
So, no, sir, just 2. So we'll keep them to yourself.
Yeah, that was a good scene. I also like.
I feel like we all should have known that what's her face was up to something, because like no senior girl is just gonna instantly go for a freshman boy. It just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, unless they're
especially when you're obviously part of like the nerd crowd. Like, no, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I did love the introduction of the substitute the sidekick teacher, who is all American boy.
Yeah.
And I love the whole there's a deleted scene in this movie that I found on YouTube where they actually animate the scene where the villain gets defeated, and it's implied that like he was still sidekicks up with him until he met Will's mom, and then he just ditched him. And it's like, that's nice.
You just fucking dipped out.
Yeah, and left him there.
That's hilarious. And then he forgot his name, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing that's very DC coded, is like the whole sidekick thing, because Marvel like doesn't really do the sidekick thing at all.
Yeah. I also really like the science teacher, the mad science teacher.
Yeah. Also,
I've seen him in a bunch of shit.
The principal of the school is Wonder Woman.
Even though she says at the end, "I'm not Wonder Woman."
It's like, sure, Linda Carter, sure. Her power is weird too. She turns into a fucking comet. Like, okay.
Yeah, I feel like her powers aren't very well defined.
I don't think any of the powers are well defined in this movie, to be honest.
Except for the kid who melts. He melts.
Oh, and
although ironically, the kid who melts beat one of the bully kids and assisted with defeating the other one
by melting.
Yep.
I like the weird skinny.
The kid who melts. He was doing work.
Didn't he get sidekicked too?
Yeah.
The gym teacher was an asshole.
Yeah. He was, typical stereotypical gym teacher character.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stereotypes in this movie. Let's be real. The bullies alone were so fucking stereotypes.
Oh, watching this again, because I remember for the most part enjoying the film and thinking it was pretty well made, and rewatching it this time, I'm like, this movie is very poorly written. Like,
it's so cheesy.
Like, it's a good movie, but my God, they did not proofread this script like at all.
No. And see, like, it's fine for kids, but when you look at it, when you're an adult and you have like some level of like, analyzing when you're watching a film, it's like, oh,
or
no.
Or at this point now, where we've had over 2 decades of really good superhero movies, and we just understand this shit much better now.
Yeah.
Or you're like me and you've read way too many comics.
Honestly, in a way, I'm kind of glad that we got this one out of the way at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, all things considered, it is a good movie still. Like, from beginning to end, it's solid. Like, it never has a bad moment where I'm just like, there was never a moment where I was like, this is terrible. But there was never a moment where I was like, this is fine art.
No, it's a fine movie if you just want some like mindless entertainment. But it is still very much a mid 2000s Disney high school movie.
Oh
Like
yeah, no, this movie screams Disney.
all the DNA is there.
Like once you realize the Kim Possible writers wrote this, you're like, ah, yeah, I see
I
now.
see it. I also
And
love
then
the when Will goes to the Chinese restaurant because he wants to make up the whole or wants to try and make up with Layla. And he just sees the gym teacher and the science teacher off in the corner because and we had the setup for it earlier because the gym teacher was trying to get the science guy to go out with a couple of twins with him
yeah,
and, and then, like when you actually see them on the date and the science guy has just got both girls around on the arms, the gym teacher's just like, I was like, God damn it.
that is like a very subtle joke that I'm like, there was so many subtle things in this movie.
Yeah.
I will say one effect though that was terrible, but I kind of love it in the same time is at the end of the movie, the dramatic reveal where Will gets like knocked out the window and then he discovers, oh, I can fly.
Mm-hmm.
The way they show it is he just kind of is like they just green screened him there and he's just like floating. And I'm just like, that looks
Yeah.
horrendous.
Yeah.
But
That's pretty bad.
it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Um, and then did you notice that when Royal Pain has like the full suit going on and they have like the voice change or whatever? You notice that was Patrick Warburton doing the voice?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That voice is so iconic.
It's I just found that funny.
I love the part two when they're like down in the sanctum and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is the weapon of our main villain, the pacifier." And I was like, "What does it do?" I have no idea.
Yeah. Don't know.
Never
We
used it.
we kicked their ass so hard that we didn't get a chance to use it.
And then you find out it's a fucking age reversing ray, and I'm like, that is a thing, I guess.
Yep, it turns people into babies. Which I'm just gonna say for all these professional superheroes is supposed to be like the tippy top of the list. They all got fucking taken out pretty damn quickly.
Yeah.
So the only ones who didn't get taken out were the sidekicks that nobody wanted to look at. Like,
Yeah, right. Glow Boy.
yeah, whose one use in this movie was giving them a light while they were crawling through the ducts
They're like, oh yeah, you really do glow.
and admiring guinea pig girls' guinea pig butt.
Yes. This was a mid 2000s movie after all.
Yeah, I love how he's just like he simps hard too. Like, he's just fucking. He's like, yo, you want to dance? No, yeah, me neither.
Mm-hmm. This is one of those movies that could never be made now in the same way.
Yeah, it would be a completely different movie if they did it now.
Well, it exists. It's called My Hero Academia.
This is true. This is
And
true.
it's so far much better written.
Yeah, I'd say so for sure.
Um, it's
but yeah,
really
no,
ironic that we decided to do this as I was watching that for the first time, and I was like, wait a minute,
yeah, I wasn't.
wait a
I didn't think
goddamn
about being
minute.
excited about it.
Uh,
Also the whole scene where like she's doing her villain speech, when they're loading the babies up onto the bus, and like
yeah, what was up with
and
that?
she's like this could be the greatest supervillain speech ever told, but you don't even understand what I'm saying. I'm like, bitch, that's not even close to the best supervillain speech ever made. Like, I've heard so many better ones. You ever heard of Pain? He's got some good ones.
Yeah, I'm actually like curious how old some of these actors were at the time this movie came out. Because I'm like, are we having like Spider-Man 1 like a situation here?
I'm not sure. I mean, they all look pretty young.
They do, but ages can be deceiving. I lost my calculator ad.
Hang on.
Oh, there it is. I gotta do some. So this was 2005.
Yes, so 20 years ago.
Okay.
How old was Mary Elizabeth Winstead?
She was 21 at the time. Yeah,
Right, so
that's
it's not
close
that
enough.
far removed. It's only 3 years.
Well, she
Three
was supposed to
years.
be
It's
a
not that bad.
she was supposed to be a senior. Yes, that's okay. Because I was gonna say, I'm like, she looked a bit mature for this movie, but then I'm like, yeah, she's actually kind of close.
Yeah, and Danielle Panabaker, who played Layla, who I didn't even realize because as soon as she popped up, I was like, "Oh shit, that's the girl from The Flash."
Yeah, yeah,
And she was apparently in the Friday the 13th remake in 2009.
yeah. It's funny because I looked through a lot of these like characters. Like, apparently the main guy, Michael Ingarano, who played Will,
Mm-hmm.
um, he was in Oppenheimer apparently. So that's something.
Really
Yeah, he wasn't a main. He
interesting.
wasn't. He wasn't top billed or anything, but he was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were actually. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. I okay. I was wondering. He was in Almost Famous. Oh, he played
Oh, okay.
he didn't play the main character, but he played the younger version of him that from earlier in the film. That's
Gotcha.
something. That's something. Um cool.
Oh, that's a completely different. Because I was just looking up the guy who played War and Peace, and like the picture they have up in it for on IMDb, it looks completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he hasn't done a whole lot of acting since. He has acted and recently, but like a lot of his stuff is pretty spread out.
Also, I just realized the mom in this movie was also, I believe, the mom in Cat in the Hat.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's a movie that's not
Hmm.
good. Yeah.
I haven't watched it in
Um
so long.
if, well, they're making a new one which looks even worse somehow. So
Really? Jesus.
yeah. Well, it's all 3D animation. It looks horrendous.
Oh God, no! Stop it!
Well,
Just stop.
I think Dr. Seuss's widow passed away, so now they're allowed to make Cat in the Hat movies again.
Oh
I don't know.
God.
Either way, unrelated, but I'm trying to think of a few other things I did like. I like the little comic book touches wherever they did like the whole like comic book drawing style like scenes where they were like the end where it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, the bus driver also fell into a vat of toxic waste and gained powers.
Yep. He can get big now, I guess.
I do love the scene too when after they find out Will doesn't have powers, they're like, he's like, you know, I could get a vat of toxic waste, and the mom's just like, are you serious?
And I love how like whenever the dad is trying to be like inspirational or whatever, he always just kind of like flubs his lines. He just like comes out
Kurt,
looking awkward.
Kurt Russell did probably the best job in this entire movie. I'm not gonna lie. He was right up there.
I also love that they have a whole drawer full of house phones because he keeps breaking them.
Yes. um, it's really funny too because he ended up returning to Marvel years later as the villain in Guardians 2.
Yes, that's true. And I also love the implication that since they were all turned into babies, and like we get the flash of them like kind of going through their whole um like, oh well, once you've returned to your proper age, grab your clothes and grab a baby and head back down to have them treated. And it's just the implication that as these people are being reverted back to their proper ages, they're all just naked.
Yes,
And just
it
nobody
happens.
nobody called attention to it, but they're all just in the gym naked.
The students saw things they didn't want to see, or maybe did want to see.
Mm-hmm.
You never know with these kids.
Depends on the teacher, I guess.
Yeah. Um, anyways, um, So interestingly enough, budget wise, this film only had like a $35 million budget, which is like nothing nowadays.
Yeah, which is, I think that's actually 2 million less than Dragon Ball Evolution got.
What the,
I think it's.
what the fuck is that movie?
I don't know why I keep using that as the benchmark, but
Well, because that's an infamously bad movie with way too big a budget for what it was.
yeah,
Because box office wise, 35 million, it made 86.4, so that's not bad for the time.
as far as a turnaround goes, yeah, it's not awful.
And it got good reviews. It's considered a cult film these days, which, yeah.
I could see that.
I mean, I looked back at it fondly, and then I watched it, and I realized, yeah, that wasn't as good as I remember.
For people who grew up on Disney and have that nostalgia for it, yeah, sure, it's fine.
I mean, I remember going to the theaters to see it. So
I did not see it in theater. I remember, I think, I don't know, that would have been like right at the end of VHS's life cycle. It might have been a VHS. I'm not sure.
So apparently, I was reading into the canceled follow up and like TV series stuff. Apparently, the film didn't do well enough for Disney to greenlight a sequel.
That's ironic to me. I don't know. I feel like, especially since was it Nickelodeon later on that did the Thundermans?
Maybe.
And then that ended up being a whole thing. Well, you know what? I'm actually kind of glad that it didn't work out, because if they did do that, then maybe what's her face wouldn't have ended up going to the Flash, and I prefer that over this. So.
Yeah. Apparently, the sequel was going to be called Save You, which is a short for Save University, and it featured the characters going to college. I'm sure that would have been something.
So we're just gonna skip all the high school shit. All right.
There was also plans for a TV series, which would have seen all the main characters minus Kurt Russell and Kelly Preston return for their roles. No surprise there. And that one was never canceled, but there has been no new developments on it as of 2025.
So it was never canceled, so it's still technically active. They just never did anything.
Yeah, that's what this is kind of saying.
That's silly.
In 2024, the director still expressed interest in a sequel, but pointed out since Disney bought Marvel, they only see them as their superhero output at this point.
Not too surprising.
He stated that he would like to do a Sky High inspired project set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Good luck with that, buddy.
My God. Imagine that, a crossover.
I'm honestly surprised Disney never even kind of bid on that, but hey.
The Marvel heads would fucking have an uproar about it.
Yeah, they're annoying though, so who cares? Speaking of that, Fantastic Four came out and I kind of want to see it.
Yeah.
Maybe someday.
I'll see it when it comes to streaming.
Yeah, that's probably my thoughts too.
I still gotta catch up on all the other stuff that's come out in the past year.
Yeah. It would be something though. From what it sounds like, it's a good movie, so it's kind of cool. We're getting finally a good Fantastic Four and a good Superman movie on the same time.
Yeah, right. Pretty nice.
Basically, the origin of DC and the origin of Marvel into two movies. So
pretty much.
It's cool though.
We'll see what happens. We'll see where it all goes.
I guess final thoughts on Sky High though. Like, I didn't hate it, but I don't love it as much as I used to as a kid.
If you got kids, watch it with your kids.
Yeah, this isn't really a watch by yourself kind of movie unless you're really nostalgic. This is kind of like one of those this is one of those movies where you kind of introspectively realize, like, growing up, you really kind of realize the stuff you liked as a kid you don't like anymore.
We got shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think what superhero movies were coming out around this point. I think it was still like we were in the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans.
Yeah, Spider-Man and X-Men.
Because I think Spider-Man
Um,
3 came out the next year and killed
we
that
were still
franchise.
we were still a few years out from Batman Begins.
I think wasn't Batman Begins 05? I think it actually came out the same year.
Was it?
Yeah, I believe Begins was
I thought it was
05.
later. I thought it was like 2008.
2005, Batman Begins. Yeah.
Oh shit!
So they were right around the same point. Superman
And
Returns.
we also
maybe a
had like
year.
Teen Titans and all that on TV.
Well, animation wise, DC was still killing it at the time. Marvel was Marvel, whatever they were doing.
Yeah, they were laying the groundwork for Iron Man. That's what they were doing.
The Marvel was scrambling, going, "We lost all of our characters that matter. What do we do?" Iron Man. Sure, why not? Get Robert Downer Jr. His stock's pretty low right now. What, it worked? We totally meant to do this.
We'll make another one.
We totally meant to do this. Universal, we're stealing your Hulk movie. Thanks. Anyways,
Yeah,
I'm sure that's
yeah,
not
yeah.
how it actually happened, but I like to imagine that's how it happened.
Something like that. So yeah, that was Sky High.
Good movie, hasn't aged well. That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah. Well, I think we actually decided we were going to do bad movies next. Shit. I was going to say the next one will probably be better, but
No, because I
yes,
think we said we're doing Green Lantern. And what was the other bad DC movie?
The Flash.
Oh, yeah, I have that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing Green Lantern and the Flash, and then what are the two Marvel ones?
I think we were talking about like Daredevil and Fantastic Four.
Which Fantastic Four?
The original one.
Is that a bad movie though?
I don't think so, but
It's not great,
I don't know.
but it's not. We'll see how it goes. I was gonna say,
I mean, we don't have to lock into those movies. We can always choose a different one, but
we'll see. I mean, we could watch the '90s Captain America. That'd be funny.
I don't even know how I get a hold of that.
Might be on YouTube, probably. No, because it's one of those like it's so bad no one cares movies.
Could be.
Either way,
we'll figure it out. We're a little ways removed from that anyway, so
we're locked. We're locked in with DC regardless, so
yeah,
we'll be good there.
I think we were talking about doing another Death Note next week.
Yes, you just got to get me the chapters I got to read, and we can.
I'll check it when I get home, and because I did look ahead, and I don't remember off the top of my head, so I'll have to look and get back to you.
Okay, perfect. Well, we sort of 50-50'd this episode in terms of discussion, so that's better than usual.
Yeah.
I was a little worried their Sky High was going to be like 20 minutes, but we got a good amount out of it.
There was at least a lot to talk about, even if it didn't have a whole lot of substance.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us on Geek Addicts. You can find Geek Addicts at all the major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcast and Spotify. And be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network. That's superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site. You can find a whole bunch of different videos, podcasts, blogs, game club, all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah. So anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Have a good one.